What's up, everyone? All right, we're gonna play with some drugstore makeup. I am so pumped. We've got it on my face right now, and there are so many like new products that I hadn't tried, and now that I have, I'm like, we'll hear more people talking about them, so we're gonna get into all of that. I did want to take a second to thank today's video sponsor, which is BetterHelp. If you're sitting here watching this video and you're feeling like there's something interfering with your own happiness and from achieving your goals, BetterHelp will assess your needs and will match you with a licensed professional therapist all online. Mental health is something that I've been pretty open with you guys about here on my channel. I struggled a lot with depression in the postpartum phase and even way after. And when I finally took the reins and decided I need to do something about this is when I finally started to find some relief. And I feel like therapy is one of those things that, being able to talk about what you are going through and getting it out of your brain and talking to someone that actually knows what they're doing, a licensed professional, is so important. And the fact that BetterHelp offers this, but you can do it from the comfort of your own home, is huge. It's cheaper than traditional therapy, and then you're not sitting and waiting in a waiting room for a while, and it's just so uncomfortable. And you can start communicating with them within 48 hours. It's not a crisis line or self-help. It's truly professional therapy, just done online. I feel like mental health is something that can be really, like for me, it's been very awkward to talk about. Even online when I've talked about it with you guys, it's awkward and you feel really vulnerable. And so to be able to get actual professional therapy online without leaving your home, I think is incredible, especially if you're someone that knows you would be a little bit anxious or uncomfortable in a true face-to-face in-person setting. So the service is available to clients worldwide. And the nice thing is it's really easy to get started. You answer a few basic questions about yourself to get the ball rolling. BetterHelp has a 15,000 counselor network. So there's a huge range of expertise within there. You can log into your account anytime online. You can send a message to your counselor. You get timely, thoughtful responses from them. You can schedule weekly video or phone chats, which I think is so cool. And they're really committed to making sure that you are getting the most out of it. So you can change your counselor if for whatever reason you feel the need to. And like I said, it's so much more affordable than traditional therapy. Trust me, I've looked into it. And financial aid is available too. So if you want to check it out for yourself, you can visit betterhelp.com/Braun. That's BetterHelp to join the over 1 million people that are taking charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced licensed professional. And they are offering a special offer right now for you guys, my subscribers. You can get 10% off your first month by going to betterhelp.com/Braun. So thank you so much, BetterHelp, for sponsoring a portion of this video. Now let's get into trying some drugstore makeup. Alrighty, have you got your coffee or your tea or your water? My eyes are smiling and I cannot hide it. I have found so many things at the drugstore that I have been dying to try. Some of these I bought a few weeks ago and I've been waiting to try them in a video. So here we are, it's time and I can't wait. Okay, probably the most notable, or the thing that I'm definitely the most excited about is, there's a few things, but this Catrice True Skin line. I've heard pretty good things. It is a very new launch. Bought it from Ulta's site. I don't know if they have it in store or not. In fact, well, I haven't been in an Ulta store in a hot minute, but I don't know that I feel like Catrice is in store. Is it? I have to admit, I've tried the concealer once, okay? But I have not tried the foundation. I literally just broke this seal. So hopefully, shade-wise, it's close. You know how that goes. It's always a game that no one wins because no one can shade match online. It's so hard. If you are into drugstore makeup-y videos, I did just do an e.l.f. full face video, trying some new stuff, sharing some of my favorites. That video was so much fun, and I got such amazing feedback from you guys that you loved it and want to see more like that, which I definitely have plans to. So check that video out too if you're into drugstore priced makeup stuff. So I do have a primer. I picked up the NYX Marshmallow Primer. So I bought the smaller size. The full size is $17. And that's the bone I have to pick with NYX and a couple other brands. I feel like I say this a lot, but I mean, geez, Louise, NYX, like your prices used to be so much lower. It's just so weird to see that other drugstore brands have kept them lower and NYX, I feel like, just keeps raising them. I'm just saying. So that's why I bought the smaller size. So it says it's a 10-in-1 smoothing super primer infused with smoothing marshmallow root extract for 10 different benefits. It smooths, softens, extends your makeup wear to 16 hours, hydrates, soothes, evens tones, blah, 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 blah. So everything you want a primer to do, apparently this one does. We're gonna see. This is the texture. They kind of describe it as like soft whipped, and that it supposedly, yeah, becomes transparent. So it does work for every skin tone. Ooh, it has kind of a nice smell. It's kind of marshmallowy, but not really, I can't really pinpoint, but it's like a soft, sweet smell. I like it. I don't really know how much to do. I guess I should put it all over because it's not crazy like silicone-y feeling. So I don't feel like I just need to pinpoint where I put it. This does feel a little bit more hydrating than a lot of smoothing primers. Okay, it reminds me of the Revlon primer. I'll put a picture on the screen. That's kind of the same idea where it's smoothing, but it's still hydrating. I don't think it's for everyone. I think if you're really just looking for something to be pore filling, there's better out there for just that purpose. But if you just want something to kind of be a nice base for makeup, this definitely feels the way I would want my primer to feel. So we'll see about wear time and all that, but it feels nice. It went on easily. I feel like my skin looks nice and hydrated. I did, however, put on an SPF. This is the Tula Protect and Glow. It's got like SPF 30, but it's also glowy. All right, we're gonna have to get this mop out of my face. I haven't done my hair naturally curly like this in a hot minute. I'm vlogging today as well for a vlog video. And I was talking about that. I'm like, it has been so long since I've done my hair like this, but I kind of missed it. So my husband Tyler saw me and was like, oh my gosh, old school Jessie. I'm like, I know, she's back today. Where's she been? All right, let's do it. This is the Catrice True Skin Hydrating Foundation. So it does say it's supposed to be long wearing, but it has hyaluronic acid. I picked out the shade 004 Neutral Porcelain. Might be good, might be terrible. Appreciate the pump for sure. Oh, it's more liquidy than I was ready for. I don't think the shade match is bad. This was, obviously one layer. It covered a decent amount, right? I mean, you can still see a little bit of frecklage. I don't mind that. You can still see a little bit of, I don't even want to call it redness, but just a little bit of like just the color of my skin. I don't hate that. However, I do kind of want a little bit more coverage. So we're gonna see. I have to say, I was really expecting a thicker formula. I'm not always the biggest fan of like thin formula foundations. I really like the way it looks though, right? I feel like it paired pretty well with the Marshmallow Primer. I think it would have done fine without it too, but perhaps these two together, wear time wise, will be a nice mix. That's what I'm obviously hoping for. But I feel like the second layer did add a little bit more coverage. I don't think it was like doubling the coverage. So if you're needing like crazy high coverage, it might not be the one for you, but if you generally just like a medium amount, I think you're gonna like this. And I don't feel like it's overly glowy or overly mattifying. It's right in the middle. This is exciting. I can do a check-in at the end of the night as well, of course, so you guys can see what this is looking like at that point. So the other piece of this collection I was excited about is the Catrice True Skin High Cover Concealer. It says it's waterproof. I don't have a lot of instances where I need it to like truly be waterproof, but it's also not the worst thing if you are someone that sweats, you cry, you have allergies, you're itching, touching, sometimes it's nice to have that. But it also says it's hydrating. I like this shape of the doe foot applicator. And if you are curious, I got the shade number 10, Cool Cashmere. I tend to go a little deeper with like my concealer choices because I really am using it more for coverage and less for brightness. I mean, I still want it brighter, but sometimes, it's definitely a certain look when it's really bright in there versus if it's just evened out, and I definitely prefer the more evened out look. I just saw this putty primer applicator and was thinking about the e.l.f. It's sitting right over there. The e.l.f. putty bronzer. Don't sleep on that, it's pretty good. Again, if you haven't seen that video, e.l.f. is churning out some really good stuff right now. So, all right, let's see. Maybe I'll do brush on one side and finger on the other. I've tried this once, like I said earlier, or did I say that out loud, or did I just think it? And I really liked it. So I'm like, okay, let's see if it was a fluke. I definitely feel like this is a formula that you can do with your finger, but honestly, the brush works really well. If you have a brush you really like. I think the reason I like this is because it has coverage, but it's still hydrating. I feel like, I'm just gonna say it, some of the hydrating concealers that are out there aren't truly hydrating. They still feel drying, they still look cakey and crepey, but this one actually, like you can see the hydration there, and I like that. Already, I can tell you this, between the two, I'm really liking both, but I just feel like already the concealer is the standout product to me. So for brows, this is the NYX Fill and Fluff. This is not a new product. I bought this really because I'm pretty sure it's a dupe for something, and I'm kind of finalizing my list for my upcoming drugstore dupes video. And this is one I was like, I need to try that and see, because it might be in the video, we shall see. So it's an eyebrow pencil with kind of a triangular shape, but the brush is the most interesting part. It's kind of this really soft, almost feels like a makeup brush. to brush through the brows and kind of spread the product out. But the pencil itself is like way creamier than I was expecting. Almost, I don't want to say oily, but just very creamy. So we're gonna see, it definitely, like, I could see where if you really went to town, you could really, this could be super pigmented. So just beware. Okay, that was fast. And I feel like it looks really good. It still looks pretty natural, but that brush blended that super creamy color through the brows so fast. Oh my gosh, I got concealer in my eye, hold on. I do this all of the time. I feel like another nice thing about this is you can kind of be sloppy with your placement of the color, and the brush kind of is really forgiving. It spreads it around, you know what I mean? You don't have to be so meticulous about exactly where you put stuff. I feel like this looks pretty nice. What do you guys think? I think if you need very particular like brush-like strokes, you are never gonna get that with this, period. Like this is not the product for you because of how creamy it is and because of the shape of the brush. But otherwise, I mean, that is honestly really good. All right, so we do have, let me make sure, okay, yeah. A powder foundation. I love powder foundations so much. This one is from Revolution. It's their Conceal and Define Satin Matte Powder Foundations. Packaging is really pretty. Gonna get fingerprints like crazy, but that's okay. It's got a mirror, it's got a little puff. I like that it's got this so that you can put the sponge there and then you've got the powder protected from it. Hopefully the color is okay. Definitely you can see is gonna have some serious coverage. I think the reason I like these is because I so often reach for BB creams and tinted moisturizers, and this will cover anything that missed. You know what I mean? And that's why I tend to love powder foundations. I want to, however, use this for at least part of the face. This is from Real Techniques. I have been falling in love with so many of their brushes lately. I feel like back when I first started my channel a while ago, I was like into them, and then I just like tried so many other brands, I just forgot about them. But lately, I've been looking back at their line and buying some of their brushes and just loving them. So this is their light layer powder brush. And I thought that was so nice because most of the time I don't need a super thick layer. I just want it lightly dusted maybe in the T-zone. This is super soft, super diffused. You can just feel it. Feel it, go ahead. I don't feel like I need to cover a lot today with that foundation, but let's just give it a go. Oh, yeah. It definitely mattified. You can see that glow is, I mean, I don't think it looks like totally matte, but it definitely took a lot of that down, even with just like a light layer, you know? I feel like you would really like this brush if you're someone that doesn't love a thick layer of powder. If you usually use powder, you know, here and there, just in certain spots of your face, you would love this. I'm really digging it. So liking the brush. The powder itself, I feel like, so zooming in here, I feel like you can definitely still see a little bit of dryness, like where I would typically see dryness, like right there is one of my spots, just a little bit on the nose. Most powder foundations do that. Another way to kind of combat that would be to take a sponge, like a moist sponge, whatever maybe you used for your makeup that day, get some of the powder on it, and tap the powder on that way so that the powder doesn't look quite as powdery. It just kind of melts it into the skin a little bit better. So that's probably how I would recommend using this. Is it my favorite ever yet? I'm not sure. I'll let you know in a future speed reviews video once I've tried all of these longer. All right, here's another one I was super pumped about. The Flower Beauty Heat Wave Luminous Bronzer. This just is calling my name, baby. It looks like a lighter bronzer. This is in the shade Sunswept M1. It's a little bit glowy. It's not that much deeper than my skin tone, so this is one of those that would be a very low-key bronzer, but I love that. I love that kind of product. So first I'm gonna try it with a more kind of dense brush. Definitely is warm still though. Like it's still gonna give you some warmth, but it has this kind of glow to it. I don't know if you guys can see that. Where it's not shimmery, it has some kind of particle in it because you can definitely see it when you have it applied. I feel like that looks really nice. Like, again, not that much deeper. It's almost like, is she wearing bronzer? It's like, yeah, I think so. You know, that kind of level, which is honestly the kind of level I typically would go for. I just feel like it looks natural. That's the word I've been looking for. It just looks natural. And another thing I appreciate about this already is that it's not so glowy that it's like glittery where you're like, whoa, like you've got a bronzy glow. This is so subtle where it just looks natural. It looks slightly glowy and healthy. I'm finding a lot of goodies this time around. Holy cannoli. So for blush, this is just gonna be a quick one. I already mentioned this in another video, but I just wanna put it on because it's still newer to me. It's from Essence, it's The Blush, and I already love one of their shades in Befitting. I wanted to put on this one, which is called Bespoke. I've used this before, so this is not my first time, but it is still pretty new to me, so I just wanted to throw it on. Very bronzy type of blush. And so honestly, like it's flowing perfectly into that bronzer. I feel like it looks really nice. An amazing blush formula. $3, y'all. $3. Let me throw on some eyeshadow because I don't have anything new to share with you here, and we will do some liner together. Alrighty, so I just used the Wet n Wild Walking on Eggshells little quad for my eyes. Just a really simple eye look. And then this bad boy, the L'Oreal Matte Signature Liquid Eyeliner. I've had my eye on this for a while. I love liquid liners, like so much. But this is definitely a style I don't typically go for. I typically go for like a pen style liquid liner, but this is more like a, I want to say wand. I feel like that's not the right word, but you'll see what I mean. So the packaging is super, super pretty. And if I can get it open, it's got like that. Yeah, that's what I mean. What would you call that? I mean, in theory, it's still kind of pen style, but let's give this a go. Let me see. It is super black. Super black, and it's definitely like a brush style. It's not a like felt tip. All right, so there it is. I feel like it's pretty black. It was not difficult to apply. The only thing that got annoying is I felt like I had to re-dip in it just for one eye. And I mean, I know that's like super lazy of me to be like, oh, it's kind of annoying to re-dip, but it kind of is, because with a pen style, you don't, you know what I mean? You just kind of shake it and keep going. So that's a small thing, but if the packaging is more important to you, I mean, this is absolutely stunning. I like it. I don't really have anything bad to say about it other than that. So it worked really well and it was easy to apply. So it's so freaking pretty. You almost feel bougie, you know? And it's drugstore. All right, this mascara was so highly recommended to me from you guys. It's from Essence, and Essence makes two of my favorite mascaras ever. They make, I need to brush through my lashes while I'm talking. They make the Essence Lash Princess with the green writing on it. That is one of my favorites. But another one that's a close second is the one that is like it's in a purple tube with a black top, and it's like their lash extensions. That stuff straight out of the tube is so incredible. So I have high expectations for Essence mascaras. This is the Bye Bye Panda Eyes. It says it's smudge proof, volumizing and defining, and a lot of you guys said this is a tubing mascara, which means it stays on incredibly well, but without flaking or anything like that, and then it comes off really easily with warm water. I love tubing mascaras, but it's been really hard to find one in the drugstore, like period. I love the more natural bristled brush. Give it a whirl. So right off the bat, I can tell you that if you are someone that you want crazy volume, this is probably not gonna be the one for you. It does seem to be very defining though, but I don't find that it's adding a ton of length or volume. And the reason, you might look at my lashes and say, I feel like that looks volumized, but I use a lot of volumizing mascaras. It's my favorite, and this is nothing like those. Yeah, I feel like I just only have like 6 lashes over there. You know what I mean? I don't think it looks terrible at all. I still think it looks nice, but again, I just like that little bit more. All right, I need some kind of powder on my under eye. I just feel like I need a little bit. I'm gonna try this powder foundation. I already can tell you I'm gonna regret this, but I'm just kind of curious. Sometimes powder foundations can work on the under eye. Other times they're definitely too much, but we're just gonna give it a go. I don't think it looks bad. Probably not my favorite under eye powder, but it worked. We are also gonna use, this is like the longest haul ever, the Catrice Prime and Fine Dewy Glow Fixing Spray. I've heard a lot of people talk about this. I don't think I meant to buy the like giant version, but this seems like bigger than their normal, so I think I accidentally bought the humongous. Boy, I hope I like it. But especially since we did powder the face really nicely, I'm kind of curious to see. Oh my gosh, it smells like my mom's makeup from when I was a kid. I feel like that looks nice. Definitely, I could see where if you put a lot on, it'd be a little overwhelming, but I feel like because we did powder pretty much the whole face, that made it look a lot less powdery and a little more natural. So if that's you, this might be nice for you. I definitely don't feel like this is anywhere near as oily as the Tatcha setting spray. That can be beautiful if you use it right, but it can be really overpowering and oily. This is, I think, a nice amount, and I don't even feel like I need highlighter, which is nice too. All right, another recommendation. This is not new by any means, but I've been looking for the perfect nude lip. I think I finally found it. I can link the video where I like try on a couple of products that together I really do think is my perfect nude shade on my lips, but I wanted to try this one too. It's from Milani. It's the lipstick in Teddy Bear. This has been around forever, so this is not new by any means, but so many of you guys said it might be a really good nude for me. We're gonna see. It's definitely a little bit deeper, but it's pretty. Unfortunately, it has that horrendous, in my opinion, smell that these Milani lipsticks have that just makes me like sick to my stomach. I really wish Milani would make them all smell like vanilla or just take out the scent altogether, because this smell, truly, there are so many lip colors from them I've tried over the years that I've loved, but I literally cannot stand the smell, so I just don't talk about them, I don't use them, I get rid of them, and I don't buy them. So here we are, I'm trying it again. Smells like cheap watermelon candy. I don't think it's the right nude for me. Don't you guys feel? I feel like it looks drab, but not in like a chic way. I think it's right for some people. I think there's a reason it is so popular, but I don't think this is the one for me. I did want to try something on top of it just to see. This is another newer product to me. It's the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Gloss Plump. And I got it in more of a brownish shade, but it's got shimmer in it. So I thought that might be a nice combo. So this is the shade 607 Sunlit Shimmer. And alone, it does still have some color to it, but I just feel like that's so pretty. And this would probably work well over a lot of different lip colors. This has kind of a slightly minty-ish smell, but it's not overpowering. I think I like the gloss as it is, but again, I just think the base color I use is not right for me, so altogether I don't love it, so I think I'm gonna wipe it off and put something else on. I'm sorry, guys. There's a slight like plumping tingle, that mintiness. I like it. I don't notice a huge amount of plumping though, but I do still enjoy it. So if you were looking on me, obviously they have other shades, but yeah. So the other product is from L'Oreal, and it's one of their, of course it doesn't say what it is on the actual thing, but it's from L'Oreal, and it's one of their like kind of lacquer type products, and it's in the shade 300 Be Uncontrollable. I have worn this once, and I just liked it. It was a very low-key, everyday kind of a shade. Really thin layers of this, and it kind of stains your lips for the day. This one is so close to my own lip color, which again is so nice, because then I can put it on, it stays on pretty well throughout the day, and it stays comfy, but I don't, you know what I mean? It just looks like I'm a little bit more put together. And it feels like a lip balm going on. It definitely may be a dupe for another high-end product I love that I don't even know. They might have even discontinued it from Lancome, their lip lacquers. Again, this may be in that future video, so definitely subscribe. Stay tuned. Shameless plug. But it just, oh, I just love these. I need to get other shades, because this is one of those like hidden gems that is so good. Speaking of hidden gems, I also did a Drugstore Hidden Gems video, just literally, I think it was my last upload. So definitely check that out. This totally could have been included in that. Alrighty, so natural light shot. I just feel like everything looks so nice. And again, I don't even have a highlighter on, so I feel like the powder foundation added the coverage with that foundation I wanted, but then that setting spray made everything still look nice and healthy and glowy. I feel like I like the way my brows look. The mascara, you know, I don't think it looks bad, but like I think I explained that well enough. Love this lip product so much. It is so comfy as well, so it's just like a win-win in my book. But yeah, I love that bronzer. I love that blush. Just everything came together so well. And y'all already know I'm digging that concealer. Oh my gosh. I just realized I still have my jewelry in. I'm confusing what videos I'm filming, because I've also been vlogging today. So I'm like, wait, which video is this for? So we're checking in the makeup we put on. Okay, I have to say, first of all, it's rubbed off on my nose because I was kissing and hugging on both my child and my dog and my husband and myself. Wait, it didn't stand a chance. That's okay. That is my everyday, so that's all right. But I feel like the way my skin looks everywhere else is really nice. So I know I was kind of like, I think I like the foundation. I'm not sure. It looks really nice. And I wish you guys could see it in person, because it looks like flatter here than it normally does. Like it looks smooth. I don't know if it's the primer and foundation and powder foundation together. I'll have to just keep kind of playing with different cocktails and seeing like what is it that is making the magic, because it looks really nice. And at this point it's, let's see, it's like 9:30, so I probably had it on for 10, 11 hours. But I feel like the bronzer from Flower Beauty stayed on pretty well. It's not perfect, but I mean, it's looking pretty much exactly how it looked when I applied it. The brow stuff didn't move around. I'm trying to see. The liner and the mascara did not smudge. So I will say that, like, they didn't budge, they didn't smudge. Again, that mascara is still not gonna be a favorite of mine though. I can tell you that right now. Blush stays in place well. I already knew that about the Essence stuff, but it's worth noting here. The concealer, I feel like looks pretty good. I said it with that powder foundation. I really shouldn't have because I knew I wouldn't end up loving that. So I'm excited to play with that concealer with other powders that I already love. If you're in need of an under eye setting powder, my favorite is the No. 7 Lift Illuminate one. It's like in a silver compact. You can get it at Target and at Walgreens, and it is the bomb. It's like 12 bucks. Anyway, that's my favorite, so that's what I'm gonna try it with next, but I really like that concealer. So there's our check-in. So I hope you enjoyed this style of video, just trying out new drugstore stuff. So if you did enjoy, give it a thumbs up so I know. Comment below with what you are loving from this video. Maybe you've tried one of these products before. Maybe it's on your list to try soon. If there's another drugstore product that you think I would love that you are loving, please let me know that as well. I love reading through the comments. Thank you all so much for watching all the way to the end. Again, if you have not subscribed, I would love to have you join our little family here. I do a lot of drugstore makeup videos here on my channel. I also do vlogs and lifestyle things too. And another thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring a portion of today's video. If you want to get 10% off your first month and try BetterHelp out for yourself, you can go to betterhelp.com/Braun. That's better, HELP, to start taking charge of your mental health. So thank you all for watching this entire video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.